What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of the nation? Happy freaking New Year's, guys. It is officially the year 2020. Flying cars, genomic splicing with aliens, hidden Prothean artifacts being discovered on Mars, all of it coming true. Well, maybe not so much. Probably first we should start with, infrastructure for electronic vehicles. Maybe the rest will come next year. Anyway, guys, Happy New Year to each one of you out there. Your dude Sly here, and welcome to a video I never really thought I would be making. A video talking about The Witcher and the game The Witcher 3, 5 years after its debut in 2015, and 3 years after its last big update or DLC. But for the Witcher universe, a brand new edition arrived just this month, or actually last month now, by the way of Netflix, a full live-action Witcher TV series played by no other than Superman himself, Henry Cavill. Now, there are some games that can transcend time. They are classics and fantastic games, no matter how old it is or how old you are. Halo is one such game, Mass Effect, Skyrim, OG Call of Duty, Elder Scrolls, The Witcher, also one of those games. Now, this video isn't really a review of the game or the Netflix television series, but just my general thoughts about it, the universe, and how a game's fan base can explode with the brand taken in the right direction. The Witcher 3 came out way before I started getting serious with YouTube. But if another Witcher ends up gracing our presence by way of CD Projekt Red, then you can be sure I'm going to be talking about it. Of course, all of this would not have been made possible if it weren't for the series of books created by Andrzej Andrew Sapkowski. We'll call him Andrew. The first books were released in Poland back in '92, but were made obsolete by the worldwide edition, where it was stuffed into one book and called Witcher Sword of Destiny, which hit shelves sometime in '93, and it came in English among many other languages. This modern, gritty fantasy is extremely detailed and fleshed out from just about every angle. Backstory and lore, characters, history, wars, politics, family names. I mean, you could go on forever catching up someone new to the Witcher universe. So it made sense that a Polish gaming studio ended up turning these series of books by a Polish author into a game series, which was created using the Aurora engine from BioWare in the very beginning, which I'm assuming is pre-EA acquisition. Now, the first game was well received, but a little buggy and kind of rough around the edges, but fantastic for its day, and also quite good in its storytelling and cinematics. In 2007, seeing nude bodies in detail was kind of taboo, and it was definitely a first, so it was highly edited for the US and other countries. That was back in the day when, that huge, games are ruining our youth kind of conversation was happening. But later in 2008, an enhanced version came out, which added in hundreds of reworked animations, new graphics, cut out the old edits, those were erased, among a bunch of other changes. Then, Witcher 2 Assassin of Kings released in 2011, which built on and then greatly enhanced the gameplay from the first. And finally, the one everyone knows, which pretty much made The Witcher a worldwide phenom, The Witcher 3, released in 2015, believe it or not, which stands up there among the best with Mass Effect, Final Fantasy, Dragon Age, Skyrim, and a few others as like the top dogs of the RPG genre. In my own personal books, top 3 for damn sure. But the gaming industry, it's still expanding, and currently it is the largest entertainment business on the planet Earth, eclipsing the movie industry and the music industry combined. But even with more gamers out there now, more than ever, quite a few actually haven't played The Witcher or tried it. The most frequent excuses I hear are RPGs aren't their thing, I like sports games, I hate third-person view, etc. And to that, I say this: you only hate it because you haven't played the right one. With Netflix being as widespread as it is, just this week, the Witcher series pulled ahead of Disney Plus's The Mandalorian for the most watched show around the world, which is a topic for another time. But I was skeptical about this pilot season, as were most, I'm sure, because usually, whether it comes from a book or a video game, anything that's a video game turned into a movie, show, or film doesn't usually do so well. While I didn't mind the World of Warcraft movie, and I also found the Assassin's Creed movie to be pretty entertaining, I had doubts about The Witcher. I never see eye to eye with critics, and I always find myself being too easy on just about everything I review, but I do so honestly. So when I sat down to watch the first hour-long show, I tried to view it from like a noob's point of view, right? Like, if I had no idea about The Witcher, or what The Witcher even was, would I like this? How can Superman pull off playing a lead role where his character is completely devoid of just about all human emotion and is known for his monotone voice and steely facial expressions? To change that, I guess to make it more viewer-friendly, would be to wipe away everything The Witcher is, so the monotone, emotionless character would have to stay. That's just who Geralt of Rivia is. Well, I was on the edge of my seat rather quickly, and from the get-go, the gritty adult-themed fantasy world smacks you right in the face. I've played a lot of games, seen a lot of battle choreography, and even participated in staged fights, but that first large sword-fighting scene in the very first episode with Renfrey was probably the best sword fighting I've seen in any kind of entertainment anywhere, and that, guys, is absolutely saying something. Cavill's fast reflexes and speed really shine through, and even with help from visual effects, you can't entirely fake something like that. It has to become muscle memory. You have to have, power behind those strikes. Your moves have to sync at just the right time with force behind them. All of that comes together to make a good fight scene, and to do it like they did was, not only really hard, but it was awesome to watch. The style of fighting, also great, and from that early point on, I knew that Cavill was taking his role seriously. No doubt this first jaw-dropper is of course on purpose, but you can try all you like to make something grand and over the top, but pulling it off, that's the hard part. And Henry Cavill, along with the others in the cast, absolutely nailed it. Not only is Cavill convincing as a Witcher, but he's actually really damn good at it. Now, I've only dabbled in the books, but I've played all the games many times over, and after a while, a certain image of the Witcher gets burned into your brain about who Geralt of Rivia is and how you see him. If you think of the name The Witcher, close your eyes and kind of think about it, you get this certain image. Once I watched the series, all of a sudden, that image started to change. That's the power of a great movie or show or any video entertainment. But it's not just Cavill. It takes an army of actors and actresses to pull off a believable universe. And the actress who plays Yennefer fulfills that role in just so many ways. So far, every major character that I've seen has been casted well, with Geralt and Yennefer, of course, being the best. The only one I had trouble with was Triss, but even she worked her way in after the first few shows. I started off skeptical, aiming for 2 episodes a night during Christmas, and binged the entire thing from start to finish in one night. Unfortunately, there are only 8 episodes, and I'm sure this was also meant to be kind of a pilot season, but work has started on the second season, and hopefully it'll be a bit longer. We will see soon enough. However, the flip side to all of that is this. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the video game, is now more popular than it has ever been. There are more people playing The Witcher 3 right now than there were at launch 5 years ago, and that's saying something because it was the biggest release of that year. Now, having it on sale for the holidays, that doesn't hurt either, but it shows you that if done correctly, all of these great game franchises and stories can come to life in many other ways if it's done right. The Witcher 3 is an absolute great game, one of my top, best game of all time, and can be played on its own, even if you don't know much about the story or the universe itself. However, if you go back and play the first and second game, a whole lot more will start to make sense, especially if you do a playthrough of The Witcher 3 after you do the first 2 games. There are also a couple of DLCs for The Witcher 3, and both are fantastic and can also be played by themselves. The latest, Blood and Wine, was actually up for Best RPG Game of the Year when it came out. And remember, this is a DLC, not a quote-unquote full game, even though it can be played as such. The fact is, CD Projekt Red absolutely nailed it. The first 2 games weren't perfect in my opinion, but CDPR took everything they learned and then bumped it up to 11. If you are just now delving into the world of The Witcher and the nefarious force called magic, I highly recommend the game. Even if you're not, a big RPG person or even a big gamer, there is a difficulty within the game that lets you play it out. It's kind of like a movie, where it's mostly just exploration and story. But of course, the full meal lies within the numerous books, and I do mean numerous, as you can see here. Okay, so now before I head out of here, just a week or so ago, CD Projekt Red, the game studio behind The Witcher and upcoming Cyberpunk 2077, recently reached an agreement to start making more Witcher games, which is absolutely music to my ears. But that means we are probably close to a decade away until it comes out, as CD Projekt Red is known for taking their sweet time. So, yeah, that's about it, guys. Now, this wasn't made to be a review or a critique of anything, but I was just so impressed with how The Witcher turned out, along with it exploding in popularity again, that I felt like I had to make a video and comment on it. Now, if I had to go and say something negative or like a critique about the show, it's just that it went too fast. It was explained too fast. If you're new to the Witcher universe, there are so many things left kind of unexplained, and I'm sure it's due to it being a pilot season and of course edited for time, but tons of little tidbits, could have been dropped in to make things just that much better. If you read the books or play the games, you know what I mean. During my viewing, I watched it with some friends, and I found myself explaining things, 2 to 3 times per episode on certain backstories or how things work in the Witcher universe. But again, shows are for entertainment, not to give critics jobs, and entertain, it absolutely does. Oh, and also, whoever wrote that song, Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, I'm coming for you, man, because I've been singing that damn thing for weeks now. But yeah, that's it for me, y'all. As always, thank you for watching and for supporting Slime Nation. I hope your holidays have been absolutely fantastically amazing, and here's to a safe and prosperous 2020. If you're new to my channel, then welcome my friend. Subscribe for lots more gaming videos, news, guides, and reviews from a variety of genres that I love, including The Witcher. Spank the thumbs up or down if you liked, loved, or hated the video, and comment down below if you've watched the series, and let me know your pros and cons of it. I don't always reply back to everyone, but I do read my comments, and I would love to hear different opinions, so let them fly. As always, thank you for watching, and with so many changes to YouTube, every one of you out there matters, and I appreciate you watching my small channel with so many other great content creators out there. Have a happy new year, and keep those eyes open for more Slime Nation videos coming out here soon, but until then, this is your dude Sly, and I will see you all in the next one.